years old. Yeah, now they're 40 or 45. Now they're masters. But I remember when they were afraid of me because I was the old guy, like the old style guy. They were kids. Anyway, Tai Chi's awesome. Shuai Jiao's awesome. The blend comes from Fred Dagerberg. He called his system the blend. But when you learn Shuai Jiao and you learn Tai Chi from me, there's carryover that's natural. You're not taught how to mix them together. No, it's because it all takes place in the same body. But normal Tai Chi guys don't have the crank. So you get the crank from Shuai Jiao and you get the jing from Tai Chi. Question?
Mr. Kleiman, obviously, like everything else, it's the dedication and what you're willing to put into it which is going to dictate the result.
Yeah, I practiced 10 hours a day for the first 10 years.
But for the average person, when you started, would you consider yourself to have been a natural athlete?
Absolutely not. I was a nerd. I was a Jewish nerd. I had no mechanics. I wasn't athletic. If I was playing baseball, I'm the one that got hit in the forehead. I jammed my thumb trying to play whatever. I hated sports. And I had a heart condition that I didn't know about until I was 60 years old when I had it repaired. I had a condition called Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome. Nobody ever heard of Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome. It's an alternative pathway in the heart. So when you get excited and your heart goes up to 90, my heart went up to 190. So I couldn't run. I couldn't figure out. I thought I hated cardio. No, I had a congenital heart disease that only showed up when I couldn't walk upstairs when I was 59 years old. And I had to hold the railing and go, what? I still practiced. In fact, I taught the linkage exercises outside in 90-degree weather in the parking lot by my office to my Tai Chi students. And every time I lead a class, I go, is this hard for you guys? Oh yeah, it's hard. No, not the kind of hard I'm talking about. I had the heart condition and didn't know I had the heart condition. So between the exercises being extreme and me not being able to breathe and me having my heart rush at 200 beats a minute, then I got it fixed and it was like over. I lost 35 pounds in 5 days. I had congenital heart, I had a congestive heart failure that disappeared. So what's it take to be good? Depends. You know, if you want to be great, then you have to devote your life to it. You're too old for Tai Chi to start my style of Tai Chi.
Well, like I tell people, when you want to be good, there's two factors: mind stream and muscle memory. You do it enough that your muscle memory is there, and then you do enough muscle memory that it blends into your mind stream. That way you don't have to think about the technique. It is yours.
Except he's talking about martial art, and I'm talking about your body taking the new stuff. It's too hard on your muscles, it's too hard on your knees, it's too hard on your ankles, it's too... So, but that has nothing to do with Qigong and Neigong. You can learn Qigong in 3 hours and get it over with. And it's over. You don't rewind, you don't watch it twice, and then you do the daily practice routine. At any age. The oldest I've had, I think, was 86. In fact, recently, right before COVID hit, in the very beginning, I had a guy who'd been doing my Qigong from YouTube off clips for 10 years. He was calling me from the payphone in the halfway house. He'd been on Social Security disability since he was a little kid. And then he called me up 10 years after he started and said, I want a treatment. He wanted emotional liposuction treatment, and he wanted to buy my video. I said, who died? How'd you get the money? Well, he'd been saving $10 or $20 per check for years.
Wow.
So he came in, he got the treatment. I gave him both for $1,000 even, and he quit calling me because he's practicing. And at the same time, I had an old lady who was still working but almost retired call me up, and she wanted an appointment to get a treatment. But then she said, but I want to learn your Qigong first. I said, okay. So she bought the Qigong video. Then 2-3 weeks later, she came in for a treatment with a white cane. I go, what? How'd you get here? Well, her daughter drove her, but I didn't. You know, it's like, you're blind. So she learned Qigong from my video, blind. And she wanted me to correct her Qigong, and all she was doing was pitching forward a little. All I do is lean her back to put her upright. So even a blind person can learn my Qigong. Any other questions?
What do you see or the future of Tai Chi moving forward?
Ugh, it's disastrous. Okay, so even the famous guys in New York, there's a very famous guy. He tried to demonstrate on me in 2008, even though I went to go see him in 1980, because I was told by my last teacher, there's only 2 people you can study with. So I went to New York City for 10 days, and he spent 2 minutes with me and threw me out. And I was sitting outside crying because I hope I found the teacher now. So I had lunch with the other Chinese master, and he said, oh, he never has good students. They're all beginners. That's why when he met me, he freaked out. So 28 years later, in a seminar sponsored by one of my classmates, I was invited, and I had to promise, don't embarrass him and don't upstage him, because I had a hard-on for this guy after what he did to me in 1980. So as soon as I saw him, I'm not going to say his name, he's famous. As soon as I saw him practicing, I went off in a corner and practiced by myself. So 3 hours into the seminar, he said, now I want to demonstrate Fa Jing. Okay, they had a mattress against the wall. So he pushed the first guy, pushed the second guy, pushed my guy, pushed the third guy, puts his hands on me to push me, and he goes flying backwards, yelling, oh my God, you have more internal power than I do. So I didn't embarrass him on purpose, but I got him anyway. So how long does it take to have that? For you guys? I don't know. How hard are you willing to work? Now, let me explain. There's Qi, Jing, and Shen. And then there's Tai Chi Jing, which is different. So Qi is the energy you feel inside yourself. So whether it's heat, whether it's vibration, whether it's smoothness, whether any of that, okay? Everybody has it. You have people go, oh, I feel my Qi. That's pointless. That's ridiculous. Then there's Jing, which is cultivated sexual energy, which means you're able to transmit the vibration outside of yourself. That's Jing. And then there's Shen in my first book called the Qigong Bible. I describe Shen as the size of your balls in the world. So it's your level of assertiveness, your level of deservingness, your level of presence. You know, everybody is always hiding. I've never hidden ever. And then there's Tai Chi Jing, which is taking the vibration that you cultivate and store up from condensing breathing and all the other practices, and then you connect it to your bone structure. That's what takes a long, long time. That's what's rare. That's why everybody that's aware practices Tai Chi. They want their Jing. But I'm the only guy I know that got it in my generation, and I am the only survivor of my generation. I don't have classmates. They never got good. They quit or they died.
We see that in all the arts.
Yeah, but they never got good. There's difference. If they never pushed it because oh, they started sweating and it's time to stop, or they only did their hour a day or whatever. I mean, you can't get good at anything in an hour a day. So my website is qigong.com, spelled C-H-I-K-U-N-G. Q-I-G-O-N-G is Red China. C-H-I-K-U-N-G
Is Taiwan.
was Taiwan. Don't forget, I created my Qigong system in 1983. Red China was unknown still. So if you text me, you can do that. I like talking on the phone. 312-446-8218. I'll repeat it. 312-446-8218. And I thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.